This video was made possible by EA Game Changers. Hey guys, it is Tanya, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another speed build and to another installment of the Squish. So, the Mosquito Stuff Pack launches tomorrow, so of course I wanted to build something with it, and I had a bunch of different ideas written down. I was like, photographer studio, like beautiful, like loft apartments, and, you know, penthouses, and I had all these different ideas, and I kept trying to work them out, and I ended up with a tiny house. So, staying on brand, I don't know how that happened. I think it's really funny. But we have another tiny house today, which is kind of a huge trend on my channel currently. It has been for months now. I'm kind of obsessed with them. I mean, I'm all about the Squish. So we have another one of those. I still want to build like a photography studio or something else of that nature. But sometimes things just don't work out. It wasn't coming out okay. So I decided to just start building and see what happened. And of course, the tiny house happened. Like, that's not new. But I'm excited to show this to you guys because this is my first time playing around with the Mosquito Stuff Pack. I'm not sure if I have my build and buy review going out before this build or after this build, but regardless, both of those videos will be out today. So if it's out already or if it's out later on today, you should check that out. I kind of go through every item in the pack and tell you guys what I think about it. And yeah, but thank you again to EA Game Changers for allowing me early access to this pack so I could do some building with it and show you guys what is to offer. And it comes out tomorrow for $10 US or whatever the conversion is in your country if you are interested, based on some of the items you see in this pack. And the one thing I will say that is my favorite item in this entire pack is the windows. They are gorgeous. I was like immediately so excited about this pack because of the windows. Before I knew about the windows, I was like, is this even going to have build and buy stuff? So I'm glad it does. And I haven't checked out Create a Sim at all because I'm not too into the fashion brand on its own anyway. But that's all personal preference, and I'm not going to talk too much more about my opinions of that stuff other than the items that come up that I'm like, ooh, look at this thing, because it's all new and exciting, and even if it's not your favorite pack, it's kind of exciting to get new content anyway. So we are figuring out the layout here. I used a mixture of a lot of different windows in this build. I kind of went to town with it, and I love the round windows in the front. That ends up being the living room space, and I think it came out really cute. I'm just realizing I don't think I cut out certain parts of the footage where I tried a bunch of different things and didn't like how they came out, and I just left it in. So you're gonna get to see some of the things that just like never usually come to the video. Yeah, I tried to put like a little garden next to the house at one point, and then I completely deleted it and erased it. But this is a really short build, so I ended up keeping all the footage in. But here's that little garden thing that ends up getting deleted completely. But we're painting it out first. I have no idea why. It didn't make sense to me to have it here. I think I was thinking that because when I was thinking of doing a photography studio of some sort, like in a penthouse, I was thinking it would also have an apartment above it, and they'd have a rooftop garden and all these things. And I still think that's a really cool idea. I just need some really good inspiration to do that because that sounds so fun. I love industrial looking stuff, and I feel like the windows that we got with this pack really are that style, like factory vibes, and I want to build something really cool with that. But you know, sometimes squishes just happen and we deal with that because they're fun and exciting and just a little bit of a puzzle. And this was a huge puzzle to figure out this time because nothing worked. I play tested it and nothing worked. So I had to fiddle with it forever. And you'll see a little bit of that playtesting because some of it is in the recording, some of it's not. But oh boy, did I move Judith Ward in here, and she was very not happy to be living in a tiny house. She's like, you're kicking me out of my mansion in the Mechanicals of Del Sol Valley to live in a tiny house in Newcrest? She looked so angry the entire time, and I kept kicking her out of the house, and she's like standing down the street in her like little nightie and her hair wrap, and I'm just like, the vibes she was giving off were just so funny. But anyway, we're figuring out landscaping, and we put a car out front, which I thought looked pretty nice. And we also add this wall. I used a lot of items from the live edit objects cheat, which came out a while ago now. I feel like I mention it in every video, but Debug you can access by entering bb.show hidden objects, and then live edit objects is bb.show live edit objects, and it unlocks a ton of items. If you have all of the packs, it's over 1,000 new items, but if it's just base game, I'm not sure how much that is, and I don't know how many are from each pack, and I actually didn't check to see if there was anything unlocked for this pack. I wonder if there would be. I don't think so, because it's usually environment objects, and we don't get a new world with this because it's a stuff pack. So probably not, but I didn't even check debug. I feel like there's got to be something in debug. I don't know. There might not be. I don't know if every pack has something or not, but I should check that out later. But anyway, we added one of these little plots of grass over here, and I thought about adding this rock because it looked really sculptural, but I got some more natural looking rocks in the end instead, and I'm pretty happy with how that came out. Trying to calm down. I was like super hyper in the beginning of this video and I have no idea why. It is almost 3 a.m. so that could have something to do with it. I've been like hardcore procrastinating today and I don't know why. Like lately all I want to do is like curl up on the couch with my dog, but like as soon as I launch up my game I'm like, oh my god, I'm having so much fun, and it's like a blast building. But like lately I'm just like, I just want to hang out with my puppy, and nothing wrong with that, but I'm so glad that I'm like, okay, let's go check out this pack, because I had a lot of fun with it, and just mixing and matching a bunch of stuff I've already had in the game with new stuff is always really, really fun. I do think I'm probably going to use the windows a lot. I probably use the couches a lot in more modern builds, and the coffee table is also really nice, and the bookcase I'm going to use all the time. So there's definitely some items I'm going to use quite often. There's other ones that are more decorative pieces I'll probably use occasionally, but not that often. And I'm just realizing I called this a photographer's tiny home because I do have like a camera and there's a lot of artwork hanging up and like photos and stuff, and I thought that would be cool, but I didn't add the camera bag equipment. That would have made so much sense to add in here. I don't know why I didn't do that. Oh well, that's something you could add. And of course, you don't have to have a photographer living in this house if you don't want to. It could be for anyone. I just wanted to use a lot of the new stuff that came with the Moschino stuff pack because I was excited about new content. So it could be for anyone. And you can change that easily if you download this house. And it should be up on the gallery tomorrow when the pack launches. Or maybe today. I'm actually not sure if I'm able to upload this before the pack comes out. But regardless, before it comes out, like, the content won't be there, so it'll all be missing. So it'll definitely be up on the gallery tomorrow if you guys would like to download this. You can find it by looking up my origin ID, which is Gryphi, or using the hashtag MsGryphi. I will also put a link down below tomorrow once it's up on the gallery, so you can click on that and it'll bring you to the gallery website to download it that way, if that is easier for you. But we're figuring out this corner here. I added a little camera. You can't really go and use it in that space, but in live mode, you can just click and drag it to wherever you want it to be anyway. So I figured it was fine to just kind of store it over in that corner. And when you're using it, you can bring it wherever. Also, that picture frame by the bathroom door that has like 3 empty spots in it, I love that. However, you need to take pictures in live mode and like drag them in to populate it. And I really wanted to use some of the artwork that we got from Cats and Dogs, I want to say. Was it Cats and Dogs or Seasons? I think it was Cats and Dogs. It's square frames, and there's a bunch of different versions of it. There's like a blue one, a brown and black one, a white, black and gold one, and then like a green and blue one. It's just like abstract paintings. And anyway, I don't know why I explained the colors so in depth there. But I had Judith go in, I locked her in a room and had her take pictures of those paintings, and I populated the little frame with artwork that was already in the game, because that's a cool way to do it, I think. Of course, you can take lots of photos and have photos of your Sims. Family photos are going to be really cool for that photo frame. That's another thing I think would be really cool to have for the, like, a cool thing that came with the pack, because I don't think we got that with the photography update in the most recent patch. I know the ability to drag frames onto, like, surfaces came in the most recent patch, and I didn't use that at all. I was having trouble figuring it out. Like, I tried to drag things onto surfaces. I don't know if it's only certain frames, but I couldn't figure it out. So maybe I'm messing something up. I'm not really sure, but I'm just adding some clutter on the kitchen island. That's not an island. That's a shelf on the kitchen shelf. I also, until the very end of this build, forgot we got new wallpapers with the game. So I added a bunch of those at the end. I definitely still kept the brick in here because I love how that looks. Also, this bookcase caused a lot of problems, so it ends up being very, very pushed into the wall to the point that the plant is almost missing. And then we just raise up another plant and put it there. And we're trying to figure out the bedroom now. I did put the bed where it is currently, but I had to move the clothing rack so it was more in front of the window for everything to function right. But I'm pretty happy with how the bedroom came out because you can totally fit 2 Sims in that bed easily. They can get to either side, which is so exciting for me because so many times I do tiny houses that can only fit 1 Sim. Then again, I just did an 8 Sim tiny house, so I guess I don't always do 1 Sim, but quite often I do. So I was happy to have 2 Sims that could stay in this home. And then we're going to be adding some magazines. I thought about adding this ottoman from City Living, but of course I had to add the new trunk that we got instead because I thought it was kind of cute. And we have magazines both on the trunk and on the bedside table. And here I am just fiddling around with frames and not being able to figure out how to get them on surfaces, but maybe I'm doing something wrong. So with the new photography update on its own, I'm assuming most of you guys have probably updated your game because it's a free update. You got some new stuff, which is really cool. Let me know if any of you know why I couldn't drag things onto a surface. I have no idea what the problem was. But I'd like to have some frames on surfaces at some point. I think it's really cool to have little pictures of your Sims on their bedside tables because that's definitely something I've been wanting so bad forever. And when they teased us with it in the Strangerville trailer, I was like, no, I want it. I was so disappointed, but I'm so happy that we have it now. So that's really cool. But this is the tiny little balcony. There is just 2 planters out there and a chair so you can just relax a little bit, plant some stuff. I wanted it to be functional. And then the bathroom was a struggle. That divider that I put in the wall, I thought that was such a cool, like, decorative piece. Add a little bit of texture and pattern to the bathroom. It made the whole bathroom, not functional whatsoever. So I had to delete it. And I ended up using, like, my go-to sink and shower in this bathroom because nothing else was working. And that's just kind of how it is sometimes. Having tiny house bathrooms that are 2x2, you're kind of limited in which items still work when they're shoved into walls, so I did the best I could. But we're just finishing up the bathroom, and then we're going to be going into screenshots here momentarily. I hope you guys did enjoy this build. If you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I'd love to have you join us, and if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye, everybody.